Hello and welcome to Level 11 Gaming. Gonna play a game today called 3/4 Home. It's a wee indie game, so just go new game. Start from the top, yep. Yeah, main game. What? She found a guitar pick on the side of the road. Okay. Yeah, I don't actually know too much about the game, but the art style caught my eye. Yeah, that is a guitar pick, yep. Nebraska. Art style is very minimalist, but it's cool. Uh, what? R2 to drive, okay. Oh, is this all going to be written dialogue? Okay. Hello? Kelly, where are you? Where? I'm driving. From where? Where did you go? I'm no voice actor, so this might not be the best, but we'll go with it. I just took a drive. In this weather? Why? I needed some time alone. Christ, Kelly, you could have told someone you were heading out. Sorry. I'll let you guys know next time. You better. I was worried sick for a minute there. As you can tell, I'm really not a voice actor, but we're sticking with it. Like I said, I'm sorry. I know you're used to living on your own, but now that you're back home, you have to let us... What? Sorry. I know you're used to living on your own, but now that you're back home, you have to let us know that you're going to be gone. That's fair. See, I knew you were sensible. So where are you at? The McCarthy's Fields, I think. Way out by the power station? Yeah, there's the power station there. Yeah, I can see it from here. You're a good 20 miles out then. You okay on gas? Yep, full tank. You must not have been driving around this whole time then. I wasn't. Okay, mystery girl. Did your dad fill it up for you yesterday? Yeah. On the way to the liquor store, I suspect. Make sure you thank him. I did. What were you thinking driving in this weather anyway? It seemed fine when I left. How long ago did you leave? The clouds rolled in hours ago. This morning. It must have been early. Your dad didn't even hear you leave, and he was up by 5, I'm sure. I didn't see him. Did you even sleep? No, not really. Again? That tea isn't helping? I guess not. You've got too much on your... Nope. You've got too much of your dad in you. He's always up late, but he somehow manages to get up every morning even though he doesn't have anywhere to be. The routine is good for him, Rob. He just spends the whole day elbow deep in the dirt in that garden of his. But he can't grow a damn thing, bless his heart. Can he grow anything in Nebraska? Well, clearly, this cornfield. What are you on about? I heard he had a few tomatoes. I bet he told you that. It's 2 tomatoes. He's out there right now trying to cover them up from the rain. Why? Hell if I know. I've never heard of protecting a plant from the rain before. That's weird. You're telling me. It'll be a miracle if he doesn't fall flat on his ass. Try to walk out of the mud in those What? Try to walk out in the mud with those crutches. Sorry, I can't see very well today. How's his leg today? He said it was hurting him earlier, before the storms hit. How bad? Just a second, I'll check the trash. Okay. 5 beers bad. Don't police him, Rob. What? I'm worried about him. If he's had more than a couple, the pain must be really bad. I don't understand it, really, how someone's leg could hurt when there's no leg there. But I'm no doctor. It's called phantom pain. I know what it's called. I've been to all the appointments with him out in Omaha. Has he been lately? No, it's your father we're talking about. He's as stubborn as you are. What is it he said the last time I asked? They can't grow it back, so what's the point of getting poked at again? Fair enough. Sounds like him. I do a great impression after being married to the man for 27 years. He's been more positive since you got home. You know, it helps him having you around. What's different about today? It's probably the weather. We haven't had a storm like this all year, so I think it just hit him hard. Does he ever talk about it? What, the accident? Or the pain? The accident. No, we don't talk about it. One of his co-workers came by to visit last week and your dad wouldn't even come downstairs to talk to him. That's weird. It is what it is. Now that I'm thinking about it, how'd that interview that your dad set up for you go? It went okay, I guess. Just okay? No, it went well. Excellent. You think you got the job then? For better or worse? Yeah. Why do you say that? Do you think you're too good for it? It isn't my first choice, no. Since when do you have a whole lot of options? Damn, Mom. This can't be the only one, right? Good luck finding anyone else hiring in town. It doesn't matter a lick if you have a college education either. Dry out there, Kelly. What about at the shop? The shop? What accent was that? I don't know a Nebraska accent, so I'm just doing generic American. Denise isn't hiring, hon. I'm only getting a couple days a week. As it is. Not many people in this town want to spend money on a dog groomer. Can you at least talk to her about it? I could try, but I don't even know how we're still in business, truth be told. I don't expect we'll be open much longer. Denise is in serious debt, you know. It's rough for everyone right now. That's the God's honest truth. We were hit harder than most, I reckon, but we'll pull through. Keep that in mind. I know. Does that mean you'll reconsider this job? Probably. Oh shit, what happened there? What? Okay, so you gotta hold down R2 to drive to progress the story. Probably. Good. God knows we're hurting for money and every little bit helps. I'll do what I can. That's a relief. Just keep in mind that all of this is just temporary, okay? I will. They both got exactly the same voice. I can tell you don't believe it, but it really is. All of this will pass. You promise? As much as I can, yeah. I promise. I'm not gonna let you rot in this town like I did. Why not just leave? Ha! Your father will never leave this town. His whole family's buried just 2 miles up the highway. Goes back 7 generations. Doesn't mean you can't leave. What, leave your dad and your brother? Please. As bizarre as they may be, I love them to death. Couldn't stand to be away from them. Is that what you were really suggesting? No, I meant all of you. You try and convince your dad then. But let me watch. What's he doing now, anyway? I don't know. I thought I heard him coming a minute ago. Lord, where did he get to? How would I know? Just a second. I'm gonna go look for him. Okay. David! Hello? David! Mom, why are you yelling? I'm looking for your dad. Have you seen him? He's upstairs. He's covered in mud. Are you mad at him? No, honey, I'm not mad at him. What's he doing up there? Are you mad because he got mud on the carpet? He what? Oh, Jesus. What was he thinking? You only say that when you're mad. He's taking a shower. Okay, you're right. I'm mad now. But not at you. Good. I didn't get mud on the floor. If I got mud on the floor, would you be mad at me? That depends. Don't do it and we won't have to find out. I wasn't going to. Who are you talking to? Your sister. You want to talk to her? No. There's a tornado watch. I'm going to watch the news. Are you sure? Yes. Someone needs to watch the news just in case. Where is Kelly? She should be somewhere with a basement. Is she somewhere with a basement? She's on her way home. Tell her she should drive fast, but not too fast. Getting in a car wreck would be bad too. Not as bad as a tornado, mind, but still very bad. Why don't you tell her? I'm gonna watch the news, Mom. Someone needs to watch the news. If you say so, Ben. Keep me updated. Did you catch all that? Yeah. Ben's still yelling at me to tell you to drive faster. But not too fast. Your dad tracked mud all the way up the stairs. Christ almighty, I'm not cleaning this up. He can do it his goddamn self. Good. Uh-huh. So how is Ben doing? Oh, you know how he gets when it storms. He's been talking about how it wasn't in the forecast. When he hasn't been locked up in his room, I mean. What was he doing in there? Writing, I think. That's all he seems to do lately. You sure that's all he was doing? Oh, Kelly. Your brother's not... He doesn't care about that sort of thing. You don't know that. I guess not. We never really talked about it, I guess? He is a teenager. Listen to you, all flustered. You're just trying to get my goat. Who the hell says get my goat? No, I'm honestly curious. Why? That's a weird thing for a sister to wonder if her brother's upstairs been... What? Why? That's a weird thing for a sister to wonder if her brother's been upstairs doing... that all day. Whoa, I didn't mean specifically that. I'll let you talk to him about that. I don't want to know. It's an important part of his life, Mom. Look, I know, especially for someone like him, but not for his brother to know. Why are you pressing this, Kelly? Just say it. Your son is blossoming. Kelly Myers. You only say her full name when you're mad at her. Why are you blushing? It's nothing, babe. Keep an eye on the weather report for me. Okay. You stop giggling, Kelly, right now. Sorry, that was priceless. I can't believe you sometimes. I'm done talking about that. Have it your way. Thank you. So he was writing. Yes, that is all he was doing, okay? Just writing, nothing else. What was he writing? Oh, I don't know. He never let me read any of it. But it's been good for him. He's been focused like I haven't seen him in a long time. Usually he'll focus on something really intensely for a little bit. But he gets frustrated so easily, and gets so aimless. Like with the guitar. He was so into that when you lived here. But once you were gone, he just stopped caring about pretty much everything, you know? He's not playing anymore? No, he stopped maybe a month after you left for school. He didn't really have anything to focus on after that. It was even worse after we pulled him out of school, until he picked up writing last winter. It's been a blessing. Wow. How did I not know that? Guess you didn't ask. or haven't really paid that much attention. I found this guitar pick by the road. Yeah. I was going to give it to him. You can still try to. I just sort of figured he'd still be into it. You were really out of touch there for a while, Kelly. Months without calling will do that. I didn't realize. Wait, here's the father. David! What the hell were you doing out there? I told you I was covering my tomatoes. The storm's a bad one. I didn't want to get them all beat up. I have never heard of anyone doing that ever, David. Well, Nora, just because you haven't heard of it doesn't mean that it's not a smart thing to do. You tracked mud all over the carpet, too. Look at that. God damn it, I'll clean it up, I'm sorry. Dad, you said a bad word. Mom, he's not allowed to say that. If I'm not allowed to say it, then he's not allowed to say it. Sorry, bud, you're right. I'll put $1 in the jar. That's $27. I get to buy a game when it's $50. That's what you said. That's the deal. Sometimes I wonder if you do that on purpose. I'll never tell. Who's on the phone? It's your daughter. That's so? Where is the girl? Here, you talk to her. I'm done playing go-between. Don't you want me to clean this up? Just take the phone. Yes, darling. Oh, shut up. Again, not a voice actor. Everyone's pretty much got the same voice, but whatever. Miss Kelly. Hey, Dad. Miss Kelly. No, fuck, what? Okay, that one. Where the hell are you? Out by the wind farms. Shit, that's a good 15 miles out of the middle of nowhere. What the hell are you doing out there? $28. Good one, Dad. Whoops. That one wasn't on purpose. Uh-huh. God almighty, sound like your mother when you do that. Don't say that. Don't act like it's such a bad thing. She might feel insulted. Then don't tell her. Sure thing, baby girl. You, Dad. Oh, you're too grown up for that now, are you? Yeah, since I was 8. That's news to me. So anyway, what are you doing way out there? I went out to the old barn. My parents' place? Yeah. How'd it look? I haven't been out there since the accident. It's still standing. Won't be surprised if this storm knocks it down. The place was leaning half over last time I saw it. It's right. I don't want to see it like that. Like what? All falling down. It's the last link I have to my parents, you know. I don't want to remember it like that. Not on the ground. That's deep for you, Dad. What can I say? The storm has me feeling real deep. Ah, shit. This damn leg. Did I hear you that time? No, ma'am. I better watch it, though. He's in one of his moods. From the storm. That and everything else that's been going on. You know how irritable he gets when he's wound up. You should probably tread lightly. Is he still seeing Dr. Patterson? Oh no, there was a... Oh, what did he call it? An incident? Shit. Yep. Apparently, and this is according to Ben, Dr. Patterson was talking to him like he was crazy and dumb. So Ben, lashed out. He hit him? No. He sent a letter. A letter? Yeah, to the Department of Health and Human Services. No. Yep. Wrote that Dr. Patterson was unfit for his career and should have his physician's license revoked. Oh my god. Needless to say, we decided to find Ben a new specialist. Did you find one for him? We did, but she's all the way in Omaha. 4 hours there and back, and your mom hasn't had the time. Why can't you take him? Lost my driving leg, remember? Oh, right. Sorry. Ah, this damn leg. It hurt us talking about it, and it's even more pissed. Are you taking anything for it? No pain meds. Anything else? Drink now and then helps. Just now and then. Maybe a little more often than that. I'm not judging you. Good, because I'm not listening if you are. We can't afford the prescriptions and nothing else helps. Have you tried seeing anyone? What, like a shrink? Shit, no. Why not? Can you imagine me talking to a psychiatrist? No, I guess not. Even if I wanted to, we couldn't afford it. Yeah, we probably couldn't afford to take Ben to a new therapist, truth be told. Damn, Dad. I've got my own therapy. It'll have to work for me. I don't really... Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. This storm just has me out of sorts. Listen, this isn't the time for this conversation. Not while you're out in it. You need to keep focused on the road. We'll talk about this later. Promise? I promise, baby girl. Okay. So, what were you doing out by my parents' place? I just wanted to see it. Feeling nostalgic? A little. I miss them too. I found this guitar pick on the road by the barn. Oh yeah? It has these two holes punched in it. Like it was some kind of necklace. Well, now that you say that, yeah. Huh. That's odd. You're the only person I know who ever played. I guess Ben isn't anymore? Not anymore, no. You might try to get him back into it, though. This writing thing probably won't keep him occupied forever. Maybe I'll try. I tried to get him to garden with me. That didn't go so well. What was it he said? I could buy a tomato from the store. Why wait 6 months if I want a tomato? He has a point. Sure, but he's also missing the point of gardening. The feeling of getting your hands dirty. Of watching something grow and being able to say you played a part. What? Like children? You're not so off the mark there. Maybe you should try it. About those plants. What about them? What were you doing out in the rain? I was covering up the tomatoes. What? Why? To protect them from the storm. That doesn't make any sense. Sure it does. A storm like this, we could get some nasty wind and hail. Take the tomatoes right off the vine or bruise them up. If that happens, next thing you know, they'll rot off the vine. I guess that makes sense. See? Always doubting your old man. I may be a bit of a fool, but there's a process to it all. If you say so, Dad. Doubt all you want, it's the truth. Oh, hey, man. The meteorologist said there have been a funnel cloud sightings in the county. Kelly needs to get home. Is she driving fast enough? Why don't you ask her? I need to keep watching. Tell her she should drive faster. That's probably not going to end well, but... You got it, bud. Ben's getting worried. Are you making good time? I think so. I'm by the high school. You still got a ways to go then. Don't be reckless, but you ought to beat cheeks. Oh, this storm could get nasty. I'll get there when I get there. As long as you're being safe. So what happened to the school? What about it? It's huge. Yeah, it's been spruced up a bit. When did this happen? A couple years back, I guess. It looks completely different. It's mostly empty from what I hear. There's nowhere near enough kids to fill up the classrooms. Then why did they do it? Because they could. The district got some sort of grant from the state. The wrestling team's won a couple of big championships, so I guess our little corner is starting to get some attention. It seems pointless. It was. That reminds me. Did you ever get back with your pal from high school? Eric or something, wasn't it? Not yet. Not like you to forget something like that. I really did just forget. I think you're full of it, but I'm not gonna press it. Thank you. What about that, Jesse? You gonna get any of your stuff back? Let's not talk about that, okay? You're being awful squirrely. I just don't want you to get pushed around. I don't. Never mind. You're right. That's what I like to hear. It's refreshing hearing those words. She said you were right, didn't she? She did, and I am. Uh-huh. Oh, don't give me that look. I already forgot her name. I was about to say Sharon. What look? That one. That one right there. David, you're imagining things. Why are you fighting? We're not. I was just going into the living room to watch the news. Come on. Okay. They're showing funnel clouds a few miles out. Kelly, you know the look I'm talking about, don't you? That glare? You do it too, you know. I know it. See? I'm not crazy. About what we were talking about earlier. Here we go again. I didn't mean. Are those the tornado sirens? I can hear them too. A tornado? They're showing it on the news. Okay, Ben, you know the drill. Downstairs. I want to watch it on the news, Dad. Benjamin, now! Most tornadoes only stay on the ground for a few minutes and travel less than 10 miles. This one's 12 miles away. Ben, now! Hey, I'm gonna let you go, okay? I should focus on the road. You drive safe. I will. Don't you dare let her off that phone, David. She needs to pay attention to the road, Nora. Nora, not Sharon. I'm hanging up. Like hell you are. You keep her on that goddamn phone. I'll listen to her getting sucked up into a tornado before I have to sit around and just worry about it. Jesus, Nora. There would be so much debris that our phone would be destroyed before we could hear her get sucked into that tornado. Also, you have to put $2 in the jar. She could get in a wreck, especially with this wind. You would probably be able to hear her get in a wreck, unless the phone got thrown from the car, or it was crushed. Okay, bud, enough of that. You're gonna give your mother a heart attack. Ask her if she can see anything. Christ, Nora. Here, you ask her. Talk to your mother, Kelly. Okay. Kelly, can you see anything out there? You mean a tornado? No, Kelly, I'm wondering if you can see any cord. Plenty of cord. Now's not the time, Kelly. Sorry. The tornado is east of here. If Kelly went to Grandpa's house, she's northwest of here. She wouldn't see a tornado unless there was another one, which is actually very possible. I just wanted to make sure, man. If Kelly gets sucked into a tornado or gets into a car wreck, can I have her computer? Benjamin! She won't need it. If she's not using it, no one will be. It wouldn't be fair if I couldn't have it. Okay, bud, I think that's fair. If Kelly gets sucked into a tornado, I'm sure she'd be okay with letting you have her computer. What about her room? Please, Ben, that's enough. I tell you what, we'll leave her... We'll leave our room on the table. You never know. We could get some damage here and our room might have a giant hole in the ceiling. If I were you, I'd wait and see on that investment. Alright. That's a good point. Your brother, sometimes. God bless him. Let me talk to him. You sure about that? Yeah. Okay, you asked for it. Ben, here! Talk to your sister. I don't want to. You can ask her about that computer. Let me have the phone. Dad says I can have your computer if you crash or get sucked into a tornado. Hey, Benji. Don't call me that. You know I hate it when you call me that. My name isn't Benji. It's Ben. Sorry, I forgot. Don't do it again. I won't, I promise. You said that last time. I probably did. No, you definitely did. I remember. 2 weeks ago you called me Benji. I told you not to call me that, and you promised me you wouldn't. Okay, I definitely did. Mom and Dad are arguing in the corner. They don't think I could hear them. What are they arguing about? Mom thinks we should be in the storage room on the east side of the house because she says it's further underground. Is it? No, because one of the walls is only halfway covered. She's also afraid that the water heater in there could explode. If that happened, we'd be killed even if we were in the other room. We'd burn to death. So you guys are in the safest room. We are least likely to be killed by a tornado if we are in this room. But there's no guarantee in either room. Tornadoes and debris are really unpredictable. Sounds like you thought this out. It's just common sense. Are you scared? Yes. I can tell. How? You're not even here. I'm your sister. I don't understand what that has to do with it. Call it intuition. I must have given you some kind of a clue. Intuition is just I must have given you some kind of a clue. Intuition is just deductive reasoning that people don't realize they're doing. That's what it was. Okay, I really don't feel right. Anything I can do to help? How? We can just talk. What about? How are you doing? Really? I'm fine. Are you sure? Of course I'm sure. Why would you think I'm lying? That's not what I meant. Then what did you mean? I just know it's hard for you to open up. Dr. Patterson said that if I didn't want to talk about something that I would have to, I'd just write it down. I thought you hated him. He was not a good doctor. I liked what he said sometimes. Ben has become fucking Napoleon Dynamite. Again, we'll just have to stick with it. We don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. I don't. Is there anything else going on? My stomach hurts. Hey, I have an idea. What is it? Do you want to do a story? Like we used to? I already wrote one today. Oh. Do you want to read it to me? I left it in my room. I would get it, but Mom and Dad would yell at me because it's dangerous to go upstairs during a tornado warning. Oh, that's too bad. I remember it. I could tell it to you. You remember the whole thing? Yes, I have an excellent memory. That's right, yeah. Are you ready? Wait, what's it called? Untitled. Oh. Okay then. Are you ready now? Yeah. Oh god, am I supposed to read this entire story? Okay, well then. A village sat in a wide valley cut high in the mountains. It was a place of plenty, a gash of green in the otherwise cold state rising above on all sides. Those living in the village called the place View, though those who lived higher in the mountains burly miners digging for precious glitz. Ah, fuck! Press the button. The people of View, or the Trough, had lived there for centuries. They were mostly farmers, though a fair number of merchants made a home in the valley for most of the year, save for the month when they would venture upward into the mining towns to sell the harvest bounty at a premium. They would return home with bags filled with chips of yellow and blue tied to their fine leather belts, clinking brightly with the wealth. The next year, they would trade half of their shining flints to the farmers for a share of the harvest that they would, in turn, cart up to the mining villages yet again. Food flowed up and outward from the valley, and the yellow and blue would trickle down, gathering in the valley like a collecting basin. This continued for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years. Dozens of generations of farmer fathers and merchant sons were born, grew wealthier with the mountain's precious stone, and were buried beneath the plush pasture of the valley. Until the beast descended. The mining folk in the higher reaches of the mountain had passed tales of the beast around for as long as their history stretched. At the highest peak of the northernmost mountain, they said, lived the beast. It watched in all directions through slit eyes, biding its time until it would enact a calamity. It was a nightmare of immense and terrible power, the miners would whisper, a thing of abject cruelty. But it was also a patient creature. It waited until it felt ready to unleash such cruelty and malice that its ravenous hunger for chaos would be sated. Some believed it waited until enough infants cried out with newborn wails to descend from its perch and devour each and every last babe. Others believed it was simply waiting until an age of plenty before cascading down an era of sickness and madness, of fire and char and blood, upon all those it peered upon from the mountain-top. And one day, after hundreds of generations of farmers and traders had lived and died, it appeared in view. The beast had risen in the trough. It appeared without warning, without neither sound nor fury. It was simply there. Curled atop 4 legs, steaming breath rising from a black maw, leathery wings folded in on its hulking shape. It towered over the center of the village, ominously silent. It did not move. It did not even seem to be living, save for the seeping steam billowing from its slime-slick snout. At first, the people of View peeked at the beast from behind shuttered windows, sneaking glances from the safety of embroidered drapery. An hour passed, then 2. Then when the sun had reached its highest point, the people began to emerge from their homes to approach the creature. The beast seemed to be sleeping. The bravest souls crept close enough that those looking on would say that their figure seemed darkened, as if the beast leached the light from their skin. The people of View, or the Trough, gathered to discuss what was to be done. The beast slumbered, but for how long? Why did it sleep? And perhaps most worryingly of all, how had it arrived in their valley? Not a soul had seen its arrival. It was almost as if the thing had simply materialized in the center of the village, or some proposed it had emerged from the earth itself. But if that were the case, how had the soil, their valuable, rich, rare earth, the source of their plenty and their affluence, birthed such a terrible creature? Some were quick to suggest leaving the valley. We could ascend into the alcoves in the mountains, the merchants said. With no one to tend the fields, how would we eat? The farmers countered. The villagers decided to stay in their valley. The creature slept, and the creature breathed. With each breath, its skin rolled, animating the thorny black scales into a rolling obsidian briar. But it did not rouse. It did not move. It did not rain terror from the skies, nor did it consume children by the score. It slept. The people of View considered sending an envoy to appeal to the miners of the mountains for help, but they knew that they would receive none. So the farmers continued to tend their land. The merchants made their yearly trek up the treacherous trails to collect what little chips of wealth the miners had collected, in exchange for the farmers' yield. Year after year, however, there seemed to be a little less. A little less harvest, a little less yellow and blue passed around in the snowy alcoves carved from unforgiving rock. A little less green in the valley, a little less light. This continued for 20 years, until the day it began to rain. The people of View, or the Trough, watched the clouds roll in not from the south, whence the clouds usually arrived laden with water from a faraway sea, but from the north, where there was but ice and stone and mountain. The rain draped the valley in a dampness that did not relent, but instead crept into every corner. The mountains themselves seemed to sweat and pour water into the valley. The water carried with it a quiet rot. The first harvest, after the rains began, produced a meager crop, and what little could be gathered was black with mold before the merchants had a chance to trade for their yellow and blue. Their livestock fared no better. The animals began developing weeping sores that became infected and killed with a quick fever. That winter, the people of the Trough, or View, watched one another waste away as they began to starve. The people of View could delay asking for help no longer, sending an envoy into the mountains to appeal for assistance. They found the mines deserted. The people of View were truly on their own. The next harvest was worst. Every last crop had turned mealy and infested before midsummer. By the end of the season, the last of their livestock were dead. The people of the Trough... Oh shit. Okay. The people of the Trough watched one another descend into a state of hungry madness, devouring the rotting wood sloughing from their homes in slimy heaps, and their fine leather belts that once held yellow and blue, now sprouting spores of black mold. Jesus Christ. The village and its residents were rotting away. A group of villagers approached the beast after the last of their livelihood had perished, slogging through the swamp of waist-high mud to make a plea to the beast. We are sorry if we have offended you, mighty creature. We offer ourselves to you, in hopes that our sacrifice will satisfy your hunger. In unison, the villagers submerged themselves into the tarry mud, suffocating in the muck. Jesus Christ. The beast slept. As the rains from the north continued into their third year, the few remaining people in the Trough began to prophesy about the beast. If it had come and brought with it great devastation, they could agree. It had brought the rains from the north, and it had brought a rot to the village that would not relent. Squatting in what little remained of their crumbling homes, they dreamt of the day that the beast would be satisfied, when it would wake and leave their valley and allow them to farm the land. They dreamt of the day that the miners would return, bringing with them their precious bits of wealth. The time will come, they said, when the beast will wake from its slumber and spread its wings, reaching from one end of the valley to the other, and with a beat of those mighty wings, it will ascend aloft a squall. and the wind will lift away our rot. The villagers waited for this day to come. A generation came and went, born into the rain and long rotted into the mouldy dirt. The few survivors had long abandoned hope that the beast would return to its mountain perch. It was perpetual, a manifestation of their loss. The beast slept. Until it did not. The day the beast awoke, the villagers celebrated. They watched it stretch its long, horrible form into shape, hide shuddering as it shook the decades of rain from the thorny scales. They sang to the beast as it stood uncertainly and reared on its haunches, unfolding the scarred leather wings from one end of the valley to the other. The time of the beast's departure had finally arrived. The time had come for the cleansing wind. The beast beat its wings, emitting a tired and ugly groan as it lifted from the sodden earth. With a final sigh, it shot high into the air, sending a great gust of wind through the valley that toppled what dismal dwellings remained haphazardly standing. The valley was wiped clean. The villagers were knocked from their feet by the rush of wind. As they struggled upright, they felt the sun on their skin for the first time. They rejoiced, their pale forms dancing in a pitiful display of frailty. They could return to the ways of their ancestors. They could know plenty. They planted their first crop before the grass had even greened, with a newfound acuity for the hunger pains that plagued them constantly. But the grass did not wax green, and the crops did not grow. The decades of rain from the north had left the earth poisoned. There was no going back. They would not know plenty, nor would they silence the constant muttering of their stomachs. Their rot had been lifted. In its place, sterility. The sun shone, but it was upon a new land. A land turned to jagged, unforgiving slate, where perhaps bits of yellow and blue could be scavenged if one dug deeply enough to find a petrified leather belt. That's the end. Jesus. That was actually quite a good story. Fucking bleak as hell. But that was actually a well-written story for an indie game. Anyway, continue. That's the end. You remembered all of that? No. You remembered all of that? I don't have it with me to read. I obviously remembered it. Did you like it? I did. I'll print you a copy. What were you doing at Grandpa's house today? Just visiting. But there's no one there to visit. I just wanted to see it. Oh. Why didn't you ask if I wanted to go? You were still asleep. You could have woken me up. Did you want to go? Not really. Did you find anything there? Something for you, actually. What is it? A guitar pick. Why would I want a guitar pick? It's really old. Lots of things are old. I don't really care. We could play together. I don't want to. Why not? We used to. That was before. Now I don't care about guitar. Oh. You can keep the guitar pick. I don't want it. I will. Are you crying? What? No. No, I'm not. Is it because that Jesse person kicked you out of your house? Then, I don't... Or is it because you had to move back home because you couldn't find a job? Mom and Dad are worried about both those things. They think you're sad because of them. Ben. Okay, Ben, give me the phone. Kelly's crying and I want to know why. I know, honey, but let me talk to her, please. Come here, bud. Help me wind up this radio so we can listen to the weather report. Did I do something wrong? Did I do something wrong, Kelly? No, you're fine. Go help Dad. Okay, I'm sorry you're sad. Hey, Kelly, you okay? I'm fine. I don't believe you. I don't want to talk about it right now. Okay. Are you close to home? I can't tell. It got really dark. I can't believe the sirens are still going off. This might be the longest tornado warning we've ever had. They're saying 2 more have touched down in the county. Listen, when you get home, we'll all sit down and have a talk. I think that we need it. Okay. You really can't tell where you are? 5 miles out, maybe? Okay, make sure you... What's that noise? Kelly, I'm gonna have to let you go. Mom? There. Mom, you're breaking up. Oh, but... Mom? Shit. Jesus Christ. Is that it? Okay, I think that's it actually. Okay, well. Okay, well that was 3/4 home. I actually thought Kaylee was gonna crash. I thought Kaylee was gonna crash because they kept saying for the drive faster. So I thought Kaylee was gonna possibly die. I wasn't expecting the family to get hit by a tornado. No, that was an interesting little game. I wish it had more dialogue options. It was extremely... Could you do F-log? Maybe not just now. I'll do another video on that maybe. Yes, it was extremely linear. There was only... I wish there was more like dialogue options. And maybe there's different endings. I don't know. But, again, apologies for the voice work. I'm no voice actor, so everyone pretty much had the same voice, apart from Ben, who was Napoleon Dynamite for some reason, because that's how I imagine teenage boys sound. I didn't sound like Napoleon Dynamite when I was a teenage boy, but maybe Ben does. We'll not go to the epilogue just now. We might do that another day. Jesus, but this is the most I've ever talked in a video, because it's all written dialogue with voices. Starting to go actually. That story, that was... I don't want to say like oh, it's just an indie game, so the writing's not going to be any good. But that was actually a really well written story for an indie game. Again, it was dark as fuck and bleak as hell, but that was actually really good. But I'm gonna wrap it up here. That was 3/4 Home, good little indie game. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.